Hi Michelle, so I'm here a little bit later than expected with Mel from Mel Thornbury Photography. We were originally going to do this outside in the fresh air, but unfortunately it started blowing a gale, so we've had to move inside, which is why we're a little bit late. So Mel has really been helping me a lot with my photography for my branding. Mel is a fantastic landscape photographer who has done a lot of the backdrops on my website and also has taught me a lot about product photography as well, and really how to take beautiful photos. So Mel, how did you get into photography?
I've always liked taking photos. I think it was my big thing. I mean, I remember the first camera, which was actually my nana's camera, with film. Google that if you don't know what it is, because I have had people go, "What's that?" And just loved taking photos since then. Did it all through high school, and then started as a wedding photographer's assistant, and that's really where I suppose the professional side came in, and started taking it from a hobby to something that I really wanted to do.
Yeah, and what do you find is the thing that you most get out of taking pictures?
I love the fact that you see things a lot of people don't. I find, when you go somewhere, people always see, the big picture, the full scape of whether you're in a landscape or a building or wherever you are, but they never see the smaller details that make that up. Whereas being a photographer, I see a lot of those things, so I take photos of them, and a lot of the time they've gone, "Oh my God, I didn't even see that. Where was that?" It's like it was right next to where we were standing. So I think because you look for different things, you see things.
It's giving you a different perspective on the world, not just on what you're looking at, but I guess on a lot of things in general as well. Learning to see things from different angles.
Yeah, definitely.
And I guess that's a lot of what life is about as well, isn't it? It is learning to see things from different perspectives and different angles. And if something doesn't look too good from one perspective, maybe you can move around, see it from a different side, and things start to look a little bit better.
And sometimes it can just be a small step to the right, that's all it takes, but it just gives that different space
and not just in taking photos, but just
in everything,
in how we view everything in life.
Yeah, it doesn't. People always seem to think it needs to be huge changes, and sometimes those little ones that you take every day that accumulate to the bigger one where you want to be, actually are more attainable and less overwhelming too, I think.
Yeah, and sometimes if we can start to notice the little things, we can start to see the beauty in life.
Definitely. And that's one thing I think so many people miss out on, because they don't stop to do that.
Yeah, and I guess that takes us on to the main topic for today's discussion, which we were going to talk about how photography can be used as a self-care practice. And I guess one of the main ways that it can help self-care is that it's a beautiful form of creative expression.
It is. It certainly is. Everyone sees the same thing. Everyone walks past, say, let's use a tree as an example. I seem to use a tree as an example. But everyone sees the same tree, but everyone will see it differently. Some people will see the beautiful bark, how it's coming off. Other people will see the autumn leaves that are on. Other people will see that it's dying and not that pretty. So everything is always seen differently by people. And when you walk around and you see those things, you see the beauty in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And once again, it goes back to seeing those little things as well.
Yeah, and it's a way of, I guess, getting out what's in our head as well. That sometimes, I know sometimes I have things in my head that I want to say, but I don't know how to put it into words. And sometimes it's easier to paint a picture and not being artistic, well, not with a pen and paper or paintbrush. If I want to express something in pictures, I find that a photograph is something that I'm more able to create. And once I've done that, then I often find that the words start to come.
Yeah.
Even with my social media, I often find that I'm creating the picture before I create the words. And if I don't have a picture, then the words get stuck until I can create that.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah, no, definitely. I find the same thing. It's sort of, I mean, what's that saying? You know, a picture paints 1,000 words, or there's a few variants, but all equals the same thing. And I think that's very much true. It's sort of, you can express so much more in a picture
Yeah.
than sometimes those words that are hard to get out.
And it's a great way of expressing different personalities as well, because everybody's got a different style.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, you could have a whole group of people all taking a picture of the same thing, and it'll come out completely differently because everybody's seen something slightly different, a different detail, a different perspective.
Yeah, I was off at at one of the camera stores. Well, I think it's the only camera store left in Canberra. I did a little Nikon night, and they set up, you know, some fruit, and we got to play with all different lighting and all of that. And it was exactly the same setup of a pineapple and an apple and an orange and things like that. But it's amazing, not one of us took the same photo because we went from different angle, or we took the different, you know, we moved one of those lights. And that really comes back to, you know, everyone sees everything differently. You always have your own perspective on what you see.
Yeah, and we can all learn from each other like that, I think.
I've learned a lot from people I've met over the years.
Yeah, by learning to see other people's points of view and other people's perspectives, we can learn so much more about the way that we relate to the world, the way that we relate to other people around us, and I think also the way that we relate to ourselves, and learn to see us the way that other people see us, because we often don't see the beauty in ourselves.
No.
Inside or out. And I know I take selfies and I cringe at them, and then other people will tell me how lovely it looks, and they'll say, oh, I love your smile in that picture, or your eyes are sparkling. But it takes someone else sometimes to see that.
Yeah, the outside looking in. And of course, when you're taking those photos, I think it's sort of inbuilt in a lot of us that we always see the faults. The faults in us. So, you know, sitting here, I think, oh my God, really need to have earlier nights. You know, the bags under my eyes are a big thing for me. You know, and that's one thing, you know, whereas, and just what you were saying, Michelle, is, you know, someone say, that is the most beautiful photo, and all I think is, oh my God, your eyes look so tired. But they see, you know, that sparkle.
Yeah. And as you were saying before, when going outside and wandering around and taking photos out in the natural environment as well, it's about looking for those details, looking for those beautiful scenes that if we were just walking past, we would miss all that. We wouldn't see it.
Yeah, people spend so much time looking down at their phones that they really don't see what's around them. It's amazing when when we all actually look up, we see something that we've probably walked past every day, and all of a sudden,
and there is so much beauty around us.
And the beauty of getting out and taking photos too is you're getting out, you're getting that fresh air, you're getting that good dose of, was it vitamin D? Is it from the sun? Oh, I got it right. You're getting that good dose there. And it's amazing how when you're not concentrating on putting one foot in front of the other, how far you actually end up walking or strolling, really. I mean, when I go out taking photos, if I'm out, you know, Namadgi or Tidbinbilla or wherever, I'm not thinking of getting my step count up. I'm thinking of what I'm going to take a photo of next.
Yeah, I think that's so
next
true.
Bend, and you don't realise the next thing you know, you've been out all day having a wander, and you're not doing it at a great pace.
Yeah.
But you're out there, you're moving, you're getting...
Yeah, and all the time thinking what's what's around that next corner? What if I take a few more steps? What else am I going to see, rather than how far have I got to go? Am I there yet? When I end up 10 k's from the car, maybe I'm thinking,
And I've been there
now
many a
I've got to
time.
get home.
Going, oh my God, I can't believe I walked this far.
But yeah, having something to do while exercising just makes it so much easier, I think.
Well, that's it. It's, you're not going out, you're not going for a walk, or you're not going bushwalking. Oh, I'm going to go out and have a wander and take some photos. And I'll
Yes.
probably do more walking and move my body more doing that than I would if I said, okay, I'm going to go on a 5K hike. Instantly I think, oh, that sounds hard.
That's it. But by going out with the camera,
Yeah.
you're distracting your mind from the physical exertion and giving something else to concentrate on, something of interest, something to be excited about.
And it's a real discovery as well. I think, because you are looking for those things, so you're discovering so much, whether it's that, a rock, or a little skink that runs across the path, or a flower, or it's, there is so much to see. And that's what I really love about landscape photography, is there's just so much to see. And as I said, not just the whole view. It's what makes up that whole view, little puzzle pieces.
Yeah, wonderful. As well as landscape photography, of course, you do branding photography.
Yes, so I like to get a little bit creative with helping people get off the stock photography trail, because I think you found yourself when you were using imagery, and then you found a lot of people were using the same images. So I like to take photos for people, but also like to help them find ways that they can share their products or their services in keeping with their branding.
And I guess really express who they are.
Yeah, definitely. That's the big thing with the branding, as being who you are. So as much as you can go searching for stock imagery and you can find one that works, is it really perfect for expressing who you are, what you do?
That's it. And it may be beautiful and it may be slick, but it's always lacking something.
Yeah.
It's lacking that little bit of heart and soul, which I think comes across when you do something yourself.
I think so too. And you can also always add those little bits of yourself to them as well.
Yeah.
Whether it's, you work with a lot of the natural plants and leaves and things like that. So adding, those things in there, or adding a little thing that shows, that comes back onto your brand, whether it's a little bottle, or whether it's something that you have sitting in your therapy room that people will see and recognise when they come in, incorporating that into the photo.
Yeah. And it's just being that little bit more connected to the photo as well, whether it's branding photos, whether it's landscape photography, managing to take good photos yourself that you can put up in your house instead of buying one off of someone, or if you are getting professional photos done, then making sure that it's from someone that you can know personally and have that connection with.
Someone you feel comfortable with, and who is going to work with who you are and express who you are, not just come in and go, do this, this and this. It's about also using those. Every photographer will have certain poses that they know works and know express certain things, but it's also being able to use those and, I think, change them in a way, or alter them, so the person that you're taking a photo of looks natural.
Yeah.
There's no point in telling someone to stand a certain way and they look completely awkward, because it's just magnified in that photo.
Yeah.
So you've got to be comfortable.
Yeah, so I guess really that sums up how photography can work for you. So we've talked about how I know a lot of our followers here are small business people and are looking for branding photography that really expresses who they are, but getting lifestyle shots of you, your family, your business that really express who you are, and how photography can really help as a form of creative expression and a way of connecting to nature and to the environment and getting out there and really seeing the beauty in the world. And that's something that we really need to be reminded of right now with everything that's going on. We need to remember that there is beauty in everything. Not everything is beautiful, but we can find some little bit of beauty somewhere in every day. And so, Mel, we know that you're an amazing photographer and that you are available for people who are looking for branding photography or weddings or family shots, but you also teach people how to take photos as well. And I have to really credit Mel for taking my photography to a whole new level, for really helping me to get excited about taking photos, and it's really coming across in results.
It certainly is.
And I know that, Mel, you do both one-on-one and workshops as well. And so what have you got coming up at the moment?
At the moment, I've actually, yourself, you joined my first course and probably my biggest flagship one of do-it-yourself content photography. So we
which I recommend to everyone.
And you've done amazing work with your product photography. It's definitely
Thank you.
a long way. It's amazing. But now I'm breaking that down into a few smaller ones. So at the moment I have just built and ready to share with you all selfies. So it's a video series. It's online. So you can do it in your own time. It's based on selfies. So we talk a little bit about mindset as well, because I think that's where a lot of us have a block.
Yeah, I know that's certainly my biggest block.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Mine too. I'm behind the camera.
Yes, I've been trying to do it and I still feel so awkward and stupid in front of the camera, and getting over that I think is the biggest block.
Definitely. So we talk about mindset, we talk about angles that can work for you as well, and we talk about lighting, because that's a huge thing, as we were just talking about before. The lighting you used the other day for a live didn't work for us today. So we talk a bit about that as well. Some backdrops and things, sort of distracting elements, and do's and don'ts and things like that. So breaking it down into small videos, and then I also add a few little short Zoom calls. So if you've got any questions, or if you want to share photos with me, and then I can give you some feedback on them as well. So you're not just watching the video and then left hanging to try and work out the rest. If you need help, I'm here to give you a hand as well as some personal one-on-one help as well.
Yeah, and helping people to really see the beauty in themselves.
Definitely.
Because we all have beauty in us, and sometimes we can get really down on ourselves, and it can be hard to recognise that, and we lose sight of it. And I just think we need that little bit of help to remember just how beautiful that we are.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So Mel, how do we get hold of you if we want to?
On Facebook at Mel Thornbury Photography. I think I need to update it to and add my latest little course in there. I got so excited about it all, and then I forget to add it to Facebook.
Yeah.
So
you're seeing it here. You're seeing it here first. You're the first people to hear about this new course, an exciting exclusive. How good is that?
That's it. Do-it-yourself content photography. Wanting to know more about, so a bit more over the things of doing your product ones, your selfies, all sorts of bits and pieces that way. That's on there as well. And also have email, which is melthornburyphotography@gmail.com. So you can send me an
Okay.
email and I can send you links to things as well if you like.
Awesome. And I'll be putting the links in the description to this video in just a bit. So thanks for joining us if you've been here live, and if you've been on the replay, please put #replay, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks very much to Mel.
Thanks for having me.